So just be aware of your thoughts. Be aware of your feelings. And be aware of how you feel physically. Knowing that when we go into this place, we can choose to allow everything that we hear, everything that we feel, of course, everything that we experience, to enrich this experience. So going down into your special place, it may well be a place you've been before. It may be a new place for you. It may well be a place and an experience that allows you to have understandings that you may never have had before. So stay in that place for a few moments before we begin the journey. And I'd like you to create an image, create a feeling that could be attached to the total experience. And I'd like you to imagine that you're standing by a riverbank. And this is a very magical place because you will always be safe as you stand on this riverbank and have a sense of what's around you. Springtime. And we could wonder what springtime could mean to us. Just think of that term, springtime. We may even be aware of the sun beating down on our skin, warming and caressing, and having a sense of what it feels like to be alive. And as you look down into the river, you see a small boat. And you wonder, because we can do so much when we wander to a special place. We wonder what it would be like to very safely climb into that boat, sit down, and go on a journey. So you very carefully climb into the boat, make yourself comfortable, untie the boat, and as you do so, you realize that you don't have to row. The boat makes its way up the river, not down the river. Which is interesting that a boat can travel up against the flow. And you sit back and you relax. And the boat doesn't move too fast. It doesn't move too slow. It moves at exactly the right pace for you. feeling comfortable as this boat travels at such a relaxing pace up the river. Isn't it interesting how we can create magic by realizing that things can happen with greater ease? And as you relax in the boat and you perhaps hear the sounds of the birds singing, chirping away, and knowing that those birds are in the now. They don't wonder about tomorrow. They're just in the now. Hearing those tones, those sounds, can create wonderful feelings, both inside our emotional minds and inside our emotional bodies, traveling peacefully up the river. And as you continue on your journey, learning to relax more and more, understanding that this is something that could change so many things for you. Because up to this journey, you had no awareness that things could change in a way that is new to you. And as you continue your journey, being aware of the sounds you hear, perhaps the essence of some flowers growing on the riverbank, perhaps a sense of the breeze that gently beats against your skin. And as you continue, you hear in the distance the sound of people. You can't see them yet, but you can hear them. You can't hear what they're saying, but it's in the distance, and it's getting louder and louder as you relax with greater ease. The voices are in your awareness, and you're beginning to wonder what those people are doing, and yet you can't see them. But the voices, the sounds are getting louder, taking your attention away from the sounds of the birds singing. But the birds are still singing. And as you get closer to the group of people, you realize there's about 30 people in this group. And you wonder what they're doing there. And so you make your way, just by wishing it, to the riverbank. Because remember, you don't have to try. The boat moves upriver, all on its own. And you carefully tie, you secure, you make safe the boat by just tying it securely. And you safely climb out of the boat and you walk towards this group of people. You have a need to communicate with them. You have a need to understand something. And as you reach the group, you ask them, "What are you doing here?" And one of them replies, "We were waiting for you." And you can wonder, how could they be waiting for you when you didn't yourself know that you were going on this journey? And as you observe this group of people, you realize there are some people you know. There are some people you don't know. And there are some people you think you know. And as you keep your thoughts and your feelings with this group, you have an awareness that something is changing inside of you. And you very carefully make your way back to the boat. And you safely climb in. You untether the boat. And the boat begins to travel down the river in the direction you came. At exactly the right speed, at exactly your pace. You're feeling very comfortable, knowing that something has been understood at a very deep level. Traveling now with the flow of the river. Interesting that it's traveling back with the flow of the river. And you could spend a few moments thinking and feeling what you have learned. Spend a few moments now in those feelings, in the experience. Traveling back on that journey to where you started, and yet knowing that you've had an experience, a journey that's going to change much for you. And as you reach the point at where you started your journey, the boat moves to the riverbank. And you secure it, wondering at how you can feel by having many experiences in securing something. And you climb out of the boat, make your way up the bank, and have a sense that something is different, and yet you don't fully understand it. Something has changed, and yet you don't know what. Connect perhaps now with how that can feel inside your thoughts and your feelings. And you could also allow yourself to have this experience deep within your mind many times without even being aware of it, but knowing that it's going to allow you to feel calmer and more relaxed, and allow you to have access to information that wasn't always there for you. And that information will be given to you in exactly the way you need it, comfortably and safely. So spend a few moments now in silence. So in just a moment I'm going to count slowly from 5 to 1, and then I'd like to say some words in between each number, and you could allow the words just to change something for you. 5, gently beginning the journey back. 4, a little further back towards the room. 3, relaxing while you make this transition. 2, feeling something very special. 1, gently and in your own time, bring your awareness back into the room.